we'll just fucking jump right into it. And
we can jump directly right into it. Welcome back to Half-Assed Gamers.
Been a long time.
I just wanna be the dude to start it. If you guys didn't realize, the PSA was about yours truly, because I'm a fucking piece of shit.
It wasn't just
no,
because even
you
I
got
was
sick.
like,
I know you got sick. Everyone was sick.
yeah.
But we're back. We're chilling. We've got a game plan. We just had a little chat about the game plan. I'm on the squeaky chair, but
Yeah, who cares?
we're
Welcome back to
recording
the
on a gorgeous. We're recording on a gorgeous Sunday. So I hope you motherfuckers are out doing something nice, and then when you guys listen to this, it'll be when you're just chilling, vibing, doing all the fun stuff. But there's been a bunch to kind of catch up on since we have been just dealing with life, as Sean was saying. Just dealing with life. Just dealing with the little curveballs thrown. Just dealing with the...
Every now and then, in life just likes to fuck you around.
I'm just gonna bitch on here, because I know that the person I'm gonna bitch about doesn't fucking listen to it. No. I feel so bad if my sister listens. While I was busy, and I'm not even... My sister moved back into home, so I've upgraded all the internet. We've been doing a big move, so I've literally been that took 2 weeks of my life, because I only get 2 days off a week, and I'm still casually moving stuff. The house is looking a lot better. Sean's seen photos of the house. I actually got to have dinner on the dining table last night. That was great.
But really quick, I'm sure it is. Double check that your microphone is active in here.
It's active in here. I see the little lines and the squiggly dots and all the fun shit.
Perfect. Just want to make sure, because on mine it's half glitched out for some reason. I think it's because it's switched windows.
No, we're chilling.
I'm gonna keep this in, because guess what? We scuffed as fuck. We're finally back.
Yeah, it's how it works. I just bitched about my sister that's probably not going to listen to this podcast, but practically, I'm one of those people that I'll get busy, Sean, and I will I will just be busy. That's the thing. But I was generally busy helping Jess, but I like to just project as well. I can't take accountability for us missing a couple episodes. That's not on me, bro. Hell no. That's not the type of person I am. I project that on every other piece of I'll blame it on the snail that I accidentally stepped on, and then I had to grief for 4 weeks because I knew that I just killed that man's family. It wasn't me. It was that fucking snail. He was a little quicker, in Turbo, and just got out of my way. Would have been chilling. But no, we're back. So we'll start with, what have you been gaming, my sexy man?
Dude, in the last month, I have been playing the same 4 games.
So one I'm going to start you with, because I want to hear, is The Division.
Yes, so...
Number 2 or number 1?
Number 1, number 2, but it's number 1 on the list of games I've been playing the most. So,
yeah.
I played The Division 2 for a little bit when I had Ubisoft Plus, right? Which was during lockdowns, had nothing to do but play games with friends. So, Ubisoft Plus played for about probably 20 hours, maybe? Not even. Honestly, probably 10, 15 hours, right? I did the character level skip because it came with the Ultimate Edition, all this blah 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 blah. Didn't really get into it because at the time, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my friend. I'm playing with him of late a lot, but at the time, because I skipped ahead, because I was just basically helping him with stuff, I didn't really get too much out of it. But came back probably 2 months ago, a month ago. So
you guys are roughly on the same level now and stuff like that.
Yeah, we were the same level by the time I stopped playing then, because I did the level skip to level 30 and then played for about 10 hours. So I got to the max level pretty quickly. But I stopped getting Ubisoft Plus, blah blah. I noticed. Well, a couple of friends wanted to play it again, so I was like, all right, cool. And I started looking for keys, and I noticed Humble Bundle had the Ultimate Edition for Division 2 for $14.
So good.
And so my friend picked up a copy for her partner. Chris bought a copy for himself, my brother, and we all started playing. I kind of went a little hard at it
You always do, bro.
I now have 112 hours. And when I say I have 112 hours, it doesn't sound like much over the course of a month if you're playing pretty consistently. 112 hours isn't over the course of a month. That's over the course of 2 weeks. Not even a week and a half, right? I haven't played that game the last couple weeks as hard as I was. I went so fucking hard at that game that I've maxed out every like subclass you can have. I've unlocked like almost most of the exotics. I've gone hard as fucking like so many things. I love playing that game, but because I've gone so hard at it, I'm like, I've got like so many endgame builds now and like so many things that like I'm always prepared for something.
Isn't there in the endgame builds and stuff? Isn't there one class that gets you like a grenade launcher, but it's like closer to endgame and stuff like that?
Yeah,
like yeah.
So there's the I think it's just called demolitions, which gives you the grenade launcher. Then there's gunner, which gives you a minigun. Firewall, which gives you a flamethrower, which I love using.
That'd be sick.
And technician, which gives you a rocket launcher. Survivalist gives you a crossbow with explosive bolts, sharpshooter sniper rifle with I think it's armor piercing rounds.
Yeah.
And then there's one other, and I keep forgetting what it is because I never use it. But yeah, anyway, so I went really, really hard and got all that stuff sorted. I started just casually playing the game on the second hardest difficulty. Like that's just how I was running around the open world and shit. Just because it was like better loot, better, more experience, more of a challenge. So I kind of got really used to it, and that's a sign that you play a game too much when you're just like casually playing the game on like pretty fucking hard difficulty.
And then you're like just smashing everyone, just doing everything. Yeah,
exactly. Like I was focused so much on builds that didn't need exotic weapons, because at the time I didn't have any exotic weapons or exotic gear. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna see what I can find, and found all this stuff and blah blah blah. Lo and behold, I now have like 7 builds that require and don't require exotic weapons and gear, and like they're all fucking insane endgame builds that do ridiculous amounts of damage.
It's a game that I definitely want to get into. I played a little bit with my brother back on console and just like loved it. Like it was really good. It was like one of those ones where I hate it, but I like didn't play for too long. We just kind of got into it. We both were playing it. I think it was on console. I want to say it was on console.
It was,
it was just gorgeous. Like it's just such a gorgeous game. So I kind of want to see as well, picking it up. Like mainly with tonight we'll have like tonight's Xbox. Sorry, tomorrow night will be like Ubisoft Direct. If anything kind of drops on that, it might be like you said, worth. I might pick up that. What do you call it? Same thing. The Ubisoft. What's this Ubisoft? I fucking forget what it's called.
Ubisoft Plus, or
Ubisoft Plus. Yeah, that's the one. So,
but I definitely suggest one major thing when it comes to Division, right? And it's having folk to play with. And when I play with, it's the type of game that you can play solo if you enjoy playing solo, but there are certain things in it that it's not fun, or like even on easy difficulty, it can be quite a challenge to just go through by yourself. And it's not story stuff. Story stuff is super, super easy.
Yeah.
You're starting to do like strongholds and shit, because there are some areas where if you don't, like, you're new to the game, or it's been a while since you played, or they are going to hammer you into the ground and you are going to rage quit, because it's happened with pretty much every friend that I've played with.
Yeah.
Like the only reason why I never gave up was I mean, when you're unemployed and you're bored as shit at home, like you're gonna do just that, or like play the same game that you've already got over 1,000 hours in. So I'm just like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna keep going at it. If I don't get it this time, I'm gonna get it next time, and eventually you do. But like, you're only gonna sit down and play for a couple hours. If you hit those points, you're gonna just rage quit and go play something else where it's like more chill, you know?
It's one of those ones where it's like I 100% agree with that. Like there's certain games that just because I've heard with that, some of the boss battles can be like actually kind of hard, and just like enemies are just super bullet spongy compared to the first one.
It's insane, man.
So, and then some people just get like frustrated with that. Like, there's just like, yeah, like, did they go with the route? Because I remember there was a bit of controversialness, but I don't know how, like, if it was just people overreacting. Some of the missions were like pretty long missions. Like, if you'd signed up to do, like, I remember when I was playing with my brother, and this is an example, I think you go into like, there's like a mall and you like go to the front and it loads. It's not like a raid, but you have to go through and like clear it all. And if you end halfway through, it makes you go back to the start. Like, you've got to do it from the start. You've got to get to the end, beat the boss to do it. So... Did they fix that, or was that still like something that happens? Only took like an hour, but it's like if you're jumping on and you're like, oh, you've already played 20 minutes and then you go to do that, and then it's an hour, like, and you don't have the time, you've got something going on.
So that is depending on the difficulty. And that's a really big thing, right? Now, it depends on the mission and depends on the difficulty, because you can also have it in slightly lower than maximum. So you'll have what's called like the daily legendary mission. The way that the daily legendary works is no matter what, if you die, you go all the way back to the start.
Okay.
Enemies have ridiculous sums of health. Like, I have a build in the game, which is a sniper build, where I can consistently put out about 8 million points of damage.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's a good build. Fantastic. Problem is, in Legendary, they hit just as hard.
Yeah. So it's like...
So, like, even if I'm poking around cover and stuff, like, all right, 8 million here, you know, maybe 4 million, I don't crit, whatever.
Yeah.
But they're still not going down, and they're just standard running around kind of characters. So it's like really fucking annoying sometimes, and especially when they like boot you all the way back to the start. It's kind of disheartening, especially if you've just spent like an hour pushing through something. So between that and then like I think it's heroic missions as well, which are the same thing. They will boot you back to the start, and it feels, again, disheartening. It feels so punishing for failing, and I kind of understand why, but at the same time, it's too much when it's like an hour-long mission. Yeah, like I'm not going to dedicate another hour of time to get back to where I was.
Yeah,
like especially if I'm like, again, casually playing. If you're only spending like an hour, maybe 2 at most on the game, you can't do that. Like, it's, you know, and I mean, yeah, you can just drop the difficulty down, you'll probably be okay. But with how bullet spongy enemies are, and yes, they give you tons of ammo, but like, unless you have endgame builds, unless you have, you know, a understanding of how to put out a ton of damage really, really quickly, all this kind of shit, it's like, it just feels like a punch in the gut, you know? Like, it really pushes you back, and it just feels like, damn, I don't want to play this anymore.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of like one of those rough ones with those type of games sometimes, is like they're supposed to be punishing, but then when it gets to that point, you're like, fuck me, man, come on. Just like, you just want it to be that little bit more forgiving. Because segueing onto one game that I want to play that I've heard is very similar to that. So I've been super, super lucky. Just partners just got in, or Kat's just got in PlayStation 5. Yeah. So we've been playing a bunch of PlayStation 5 at her place. That's sick. So when I'm over at hers, I can still be gaming. I don't have my PC there, but I still got like a console, and we've been loving it. But now that I have a PlayStation 5, Bloodborne. And I've heard that Bloodborne is like the exact same. Like they give you this like, and it's like, it was a designed feature. But if you're really close to dying, don't you like output more damage? Or if it's like the boss is close to dying, I can't remember. It's something like that. But it's supposed to encourage you.
Demon Souls.
No, Bloodborne. Demon Souls is the remake, but Bloodborne's the one that it has that like mechanic. I'm pretty sure it's Bloodborne. Okay, Toby, relax. Has the mechanic where I'll Google it quickly.
So? Like, I'm sure there's like a way that works. From memory, I don't think so.
Really? I swear it was Bloodborne that had it.
I know there's like other games or certain things where it's like if it's enabled, the lower your health is, the more damage that you'll do. But like I don't, because I remember in Bloodborne you can drain health to get bullets back.
Oh, okay.
So instead of it, yeah, and like because Bloodborne is the epitome of the parry game. Like your entire experience around that game is how well you can parry things, and it's usually using the guns in it because it's all about like reading that animation. Like, all right, when should I hit this button? And hit the button, boom, go, like finish them off because it's.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I heard people kind of say that about that game. Like, it's a lot more like challenging, but it's supposed to be challenging. You're supposed to like play in with that. Toby, relax, dude. Oh my god, my dog is like a little pop on the bed. Mum's away, and I'm taking care of the dog. He's just a pain in the ass. But like excited to start getting into that game because I've heard really good things. But I know like one thing is the combat's supposed to be, and like correct us if we're wrong, people that listen. The combat is supposed to be like a lot more like if you're close to dying or it's like that really hard. Like the windows are like you said with the parrying. Like it's supposed to be keeping you right on that edge. So you feel like you're going to die, but you have such more of a chance. And it makes you like, it's like they favor aggression.
You gain health back when you take damage. Like when you deal damage. So if you've taken hits and you quickly get into combat and hit things back, you'll gain your health back.
Okay.
That might be what you're thinking of.
Well, yeah, I remember someone talking
about deal more damage.
I feel like it was someone talking about that it kind of like if you're like because the whole point of like those Dark Souls games and stuff like that is that they're just ruthless. Like they're supposed to be ruthless. If you're getting close to dying, like you want to run around and try and heal and hide. Where what I heard was like with Bloodborne, if you're getting close to dying, that's like your favorite time to like get in there and just like you just have to be like ruthless. You just got to like take it. I remember hearing something about it, so I'm excited. I haven't played it yet, but I'm excited to get into that and see what that is. And it kind of sounds like the same with the Division. Like you can still be putting out so much, like 8 million damage, but if they're dealing the same amount, it's like how you have to be like either more aggressive or like staying back. Because if you end up dying, it sends you straight back to the start. Like,
yeah. Well, I know with Bloodborne, enemies actually scale with you. So whatever level you are, even low-end enemies are still going to be the same level as you. There's not going to be like you're not, even in early game areas, you're not always going to steamroll things. Like if you're lacking in skill, you genuinely will die. But
far out. I'm excited for it. I've heard it's like one of the best ones that they have. Like
it's my personal favorite. My second favorite FromSoft game and my personal favorite of the Soulsborne.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
You'll like it. It is like even just purely off of aesthetics and soundtrack, the game is the best one. Like it really, really is. It's fantastic. Yeah, man. What's up? What you been playing? What you been doing?
Pretty much like being super, super busy, but when I've been at Cats, been playing Ghost of Tsushima.
So good.
Stunning game. Absolutely stunning. I haven't played too much of it. I've only probably played 2 hours. That's still like I will take that. Like with how busy I've been, it's been so good. She's been amazing. She'll be like cooking me dinner and I'm just sitting there playing the game and I feel so bad. But I'm like, fuck it, I'm playing this game. And then like we were playing a little bit of that we've spoken about before. Just a fun game. We're trying to play like a bit more multiplayer game. So I got Tiny Tina's Wonderland. That's kind of cute because it's got the D&D cross with it. We played a little bit of that because you can play it split screen on the PlayStation. That was a bit of fun. Then we've been doing a bit of Hot Wheels Unleashed. That's a bit of fun as well. And then we were starting The Quarry. So we've been kind of playing like a range of different things. Another one that I did start that was incredible, and I know it just came out on PC. I just got to remember what it's called. Kind of gone blank. It's another Sony exclusive. It's like the just go to PlayStation. Returnal. Yeah.
I played it. Wanted to play that because it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that as well. And I do want to I own Miles Morales on PC, and I haven't finished Spider-Man yet. Running joke, but I might get Miles Morales on because it's a part of that PlayStation. I think it's PlayStation Plus. We got that subscription, so I think I could download it on the PlayStation because I really want to try with the DualSense controller. But between Ghost of Tsushima and just jumping,
still works on the PC versions as well.
Oh, sick!
So even if you wanted to still experience it, it's still there on.
Just steal a controller.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah,
steal it.
Hey man, I don't have a PS5, but I have 2 PS5 controllers.
So good, but like I might be doing like The Last of Us, but I'm really enjoying like the PlayStation. And to be honest, I've always been an Xbox fanboy. I 100% have been. I'm looking at maybe getting a Series X for my place, just because I've been enjoying a little bit more of the couch gaming, just because I've been so busy and I feel kind of locked off, like jumping on the PC, having the headset on. I still enjoy it with like Rust and playing with like my brother on certain games. But like another game I recently bought was Dying Light 2, that I really want to play with you and Nick because that's still multiplayer. But like that would be great just on the TV, sitting down on the couch. Like would be fine to play on controller. So there's a few games that I'm like kind of excited to just, if I'm feeling a little too unmotivated to get up, jump on the PC, load it up, just being able to like jump on. Like kind of missed a little bit of the console gaming, but PS5 super impressed by, man. I never thought I'd be saying that. I never, as a dude who's always had Xbox, always loved Game Pass, like PlayStation with the amount of exclusives they have, where they're going with their PlayStation Plus subscription, trying to be like Game Pass, they're ticking a huge amount of boxes.
I mean, piggybacking off of that, I wanted to talk about the Sony conference that happened probably about 3 weeks ago now.
I was going to say, because I know we kind of like, I was going to touch on it because to me, like, I'm just going to put it out. I'm going to try but I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, that's totally fine, man. Like, because in the end, the biggest highlights for me, obviously, Metal Gear, huge one.
Yeah.
Right. I've jokingly made, the whole meme about, it's always a rumor, but it never happens. And I was watching it live with a friend, and I still have like text logs and everything from it. Where when the trailer started, we were both like, what is this, like Turok or like a Jurassic Park game? Because it was just looked like a giant snake and a giant alligator. And then as it starts like pushing into the mangrove, I'm just like, hang on, is this MGS? And then you see Snake, and I'm like, yeah! And I literally yelled in my bed at like fucking 6 a.m. So like, it was the hypest shit that I've experienced in a very long time.
That's good, man.
But across the whole press conference, the other couple of major things, I guess, were mostly just indie games.
Yeah.
Because they showed 100%. A lot of indie games. Right?
100%.
And they showed like new Spider-Man as well, which was really, really good because like I was already excited for it. I know what they did with the previous ones. I didn't know what they were going to do with this one. But seeing like Kraven the Hunter, seeing the symbiote suit, seeing the fact that you can switch between Miles and Peter, it's just sick as hell, man.
Yeah, that was sick. I will admit that was like, whoa.
It reminded me of like the older Spider-Man games.
Yeah,
because like there's the one where you can switch between Venom and Spider-Man, or the one where you're like switching between dimensions to the different versions of Spider-Man and shit. Like it was really cool. I just really liked it.
The thing for me, I don't know. I'm super excited because, like I said, tonight's Xbox's one. I'm probably going to wake up at 3 a.m. I've heard it's like a 2-hour showcase. It's connected to Summer Games Fest, and I'm really enjoying Summer Games Fest. There wasn't a huge amount on Summer Games Fest that was like crazy at the moment. Some great announcements, but the thing that kind of upset me was I don't think many people knew this. It's been 2 years since PlayStation's done like a big showcase.
Yeah.
2 years. It's not connected to Summer Games Fest. They did it early, so I was hoping that they'd build they'd drop some big hype, like some big, like Spider-Man 2 sick. The official, like that extended gameplay, the whole wingsuit, some of the stuff. I really liked the look of Marathon.
Marathon did look pretty sick. I gotta say,
I think that looks really sick. And there was a bunch of cool things. That's the thing. A bunch of like cool things. Like Ghost Runner 2 getting revealed. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that one actually was that one was very surprising for me.
Yeah, I didn't expect it. Yeah. Didn't expect it with the whole bike and stuff. I was like, cool. Seeing a little bit of Alan Wake 2, knowing that we were going to see that
one
like
sick.
But like,
I kept calling him John Wick when I was watching the trailer because he looked like fucking John Wick. Man was wearing a black suit with fucking long ass Keanu hair and a fucking scruffy beard. Like, come on, man.
The biggest thing to me though was like we kind of knew like we were getting Alan Wake and stuff at like Summer Games Fest. I just felt weird that it was disconnected, and like because it was like I said, first big showcase in 2 years. There was a couple of really good things. Not saying that there wasn't. I just was like, I don't know. I feel like Sony's trying to stick out on their own. That's good on them. They have really good exclusives. They're doing incredible. I was just hyping them up. PlayStation 5 is great. It's making it really hard for me to get a Series X. I'm like, should I just buy another PlayStation and have a PlayStation at my house? Because they're a really great console. I know everyone says that Xbox has a little bit more power, but I'm like, if I like the difference between that is like the game developers have to then develop for that. None of them are going to. They're going to develop for the like both consoles. And Xbox's exclusives recently have been pretty fucking shit. So even though they've got like a decent Game Pass library, they have like a better console spec wise. I like their UI a little bit better, but I'm starting to get used to PlayStation's a bit better. I was hoping that like PlayStation had been killing it with like God of War Ragnarok, really good games. I was just expecting a little bit more for them. I don't know.
I think the biggest takeaway that I got from the conference, right, was the fact that every game except for I think like Spider-Man isn't exclusive. They didn't say that, but when the trailers actually got uploaded to YouTube or thing, almost every single game, other than of course a couple of the PlayStation exclusive VR whatever shit.
Yeah.
But other than those, every single game is having a release simultaneously with Steam or with Steam and Xbox.
Yeah.
So in the end, there's like, as far as exclusivity goes, it's really hitting that point where other than timed exclusives, no one's having exclusives anymore.
Yeah, like and that's it's wild to think that like Spider-Man's pretty much one of the only exclusives that they kind of showed.
Yeah, and it's a weird
and it's probably won't be an exclusive. Like you said, it will probably be timed, but it's like it's going to end up because we have both Spider-Mans on PC. Like it'll end up on PC.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as like God of War, where it's still in that like small window of timed exclusive, but whatever it is, 6 months, a year. Once it's up, it's done. That's it. It's no longer exclusive. It's gonna be on everything. And I think it's a good thing that they're doing a timed exclusive instead of it being just on this. Because that was the biggest problem I had with Bloodborne and with, you know, the earlier generations with like the original Xbox, PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360, and the Xbox One and all that stuff, where there were so many exclusives that got locked to consoles, that because they got locked to consoles, there's no way to play them nowadays. Like, they're rather not available to emulate, they're not available to, like, on consoles, they're not backwards compatible, they're not, you know. So because of that, it's now impossible to play certain games.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they've seen that, like, there are people that want to play older games just as much as there's people that want to play newer games. You know?
For sure.
I love the Metal Gear Solid series, and at the moment, the only 3 that actually emulate to any capacity are 1, 2, and 3. 4 is so difficult to emulate. 5, obviously, it's on PC, so it doesn't matter. But like Peace Walker, unless you have the HD collection on a PS3 still, like you can't play it. Unless you've bought the Legacy Collection on, like, PS5 or the Xbox Series X and S,
Yeah,
like you can't play them. Like they're just unavailable, and it really breaks my heart. But there's other games just like that are the same thing. Where it's
well,
like,
the biggest thing is remember Dolphin Emulator was gonna have like a Steam release, and then that's been like we knew it was gonna, but like that's been pulled. Like it's like I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen because of Nintendo. But it's like it's so hard because like another one that's like I wanted to touch on because I've never played this game and I'm like the biggest sci-fi person. It just released with like a remastered version. Everyone's going crazy for it. Can you guess what game I'm talking about?
There's a few that come to mind, and that's the problem.
System Shock.
Yeah, System Shock.
I never played it. It's got a Steam release. It, like everyone's been raving about it. It's supposed to be like really, really good. This was like a first-person shooter that pioneered.
I have it on GOG.
Yeah,
and I haven't played it at all yet. I've installed it. I've like booted it to make sure that it works, and that's all I've done. And I was so hyped for it because I played the demo like months ago. I think I spoke about it on an episode, and like,
we did. We were talking.
Yeah, but like I've never played it either.
But that's the thing. Like, I feel like it's getting to the point where like emulators are sick, but because this was like a full remake, classic game. I think you can still buy that game.
The original version.
Yeah, the original version. But like, and then I've heard they're doing like a Blade Runner one as well, like trying to do a little bit of a remaster on that of an old. But I've just like seen that and seen how well it's been received. It's been like very positive. Everyone's loving it. It's bringing it to a new generation. I don't know. That just gets me like excited for like, I like the idea of emulators, but I just know it's so hard. Like people just, they're not about it. Game companies don't want us emulating their games. And then seeing System Shock, and I was like, what, for $50, or you wait for it to jump on sale to get like a perfectly remastered game that's like got the love, the care. It's like it's such a torn place because I'm going to get this game at one point, but I'm like you said, like, do I emulate it? Do I try and buy the old version really cheap, or do I just cop it? And you're like, here's $50. I'm going to try and play it the best way that people say you should play it now. But yeah, like it's been a lot of game news, but also like I feel like there hasn't been a huge amount as well because I was just gonna like leg way into like Summer Games Fest. Jeff Keighley, so great to see that in a live audience for the first time at the YouTube studio. Fucking love that. Hype that it was LA, there was fans there. Fuck you E3, Jeff Keighley, like killing it. I'm still so pissed, bro, and I'm like kind of annoyed with Sony for not being at like Summer Games Fest. Like, fucking, I'm becoming a bit of a Sony fanboy, but I'm like, I just don't get why they're doing. Like, I know it's probably cheaper for them doing directs, like doing that type of stuff, but it's like, even like the Summer Games Fest, there was a bunch of cool like indie releases. My favorite one was the Prince of Persia. Like, I actually was like hyped for that. I was like, that's fucking the sickest thing ever. It was cool seeing like a little bit of extended gameplay with certain things. They still had like PlayStation. They still had Spider-Man 2 actually get a reveal date at the Summer Games Fest. It was cool. And then they showed that box art, but it was like, it's cool to just see like the gaming community back together. And that's why I'm kind of excited tonight for like, Xbox has to hit us with something good, man. Like, it has to hit us with something good. Like if I'm not seeing back-to-back bangers from Xbox tonight, I feel like they're going to be like, because we're going to be getting up to the point where we're going to be looking at pro consoles coming out, Unreal Engine 5 coming into straight development. The hardware's there. They just need to make sure that their library is going to be like killing it. Because that's it. Both consoles, they're looking great. Like, it's really hard to. The only really thing is like the casual, like you were saying, the casual exclusive that you'd have. And Xbox's casual exclusive was what, Redfall? That get wrecked.
Yeah, which like has flopped so fucking hard.
And then what, like Forza? I think like Forza, and then like Halo. But even Halo came to Game Pass day one. Like, all of them came to Game Pass day one, like with the multiplayer. But like for like that, I'm pretty sure that's it. Like, the consoles have been out nearly 2-3 years, man. That's literally all that really jumps to my head is exclusives for Xbox.
It's
that's kind of sad to think. I don't actually. I'm trying to really think of what other ones is, but like you've had, like I said, for PlayStation, Returnal, God of War, what was there was a couple other ones. Fuck, now I've gone blank. The Spider-Mans, what was Ghost of Tsushima. I know they did like upgrades for that, but like they've been killing it, man. They've got some really good exclusives behind their back. Well, I'm like, you got the casual Forza and then like a couple of other games coming out here and there.
I think Mortal Kombat is gonna be
Mortal Kombat 1?
No, that's on. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1.
Both.
I was gonna say I thought that was gonna be on, but no, it is gonna be on both. Most fighting games are nowadays. So.
But one thing I just want to get into just before we jump into like I'm talking about Summer Games Fest a little bit. I have been following a game for a while. It's like my top to wish list a game. There's been some cool announcements with a bunch of different games, but my top wish listed game, because I loved the OG and they're doing like a second version of it, was Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Yes. Now, recently on Steam, that's changed and they did a statement. So they've got brand new screenshots. It's changed like a coming soon, add to your wish list. And then on June 7th, they said that they will be offering refunds to anyone who has pre-ordered any edition of the Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2 as part of this process. So they're refunding all pre-orders of physical products, including the collector's edition, digital versions like the First Blood edition, and other versions. They are still dedicated to delivering the game. And it looks like there's new screenshots on their Steam page. It looks sick. And they just go, we're excited to show you more and hope to have all of you with us in September when we reveal more. We know you are eager to see how the game is coming along, so we'll put together a fresh batch of screenshots to share with you. And that's what we kind of saw. I was expecting something. That's what I was going to say, moving into the Summer Games Fest. I was expecting something from Summer Games Fest, but we now know September. So
yeah. Well, I think with that, I'm glad they're like trying to fix something that a lot of people have an issue with, and that is these long wait times for games to like show any information about, put anything out, considering like there's a lot of games. I mean, the biggest one is Star Citizen, right? It's still in early access, it's still this, it's still that. Nothing's come out, but people have put so much money into it, and they've
I bought Star Citizen.
Dude, I do too. Don't worry. But it's that thing of there's a lot of companies out there that prevent you from getting refunds despite having to wait 3-4 years from the day that you've pre-ordered. Right? Like they took pre-orders from the start. Yeah. I don't want to throw shade at a game that I really like, but unfortunately Cyberpunk did the same thing, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
But I like in the end it will work out, because obviously, especially with these guys, they're taking away the right thing from what happened in that situation and actually
and because
properly taking your time, but allowing people to refund if they don't want to wait anymore. If they think that whatever,
they've removed all pre-orders now. That's great. So you can't pre-order at all. I know it's changed hands a bit, like it's changed development hands. I'm still really excited for that game. It's cool to see a bunch of new screenshots that are a lot different and that they've changed the Steam profile. And it's good that they kind of did it like early. Like I said, that was on the 7th of June. I was kind of excited because there's always these games, and I feel like companies need to be a little bit more transparent like that. Because I get super hyped with like Summer Games Fest. Like, and I feel like Jeff Keighley did us a little dirty when he did the Final Fantasy reveal at the very end. How he kind of worded it kind of made it seem like a little bit of Cyberpunk, and we were going to get like this Cyberpunk thing that we kind of knew we weren't. We were all excited. But companies just build up hype to kind of get people to watch. And that's the same with Xbox. We know we've got the Starfield Direct on that connected to it. We're expecting some big things from them. But I kind of like how like the Vampire Masquerades kind of just said straight out, like, hey, this is where we're at. You won't be like, we're going to be showing more here. There's a bunch of screenshots. Because there was people talking about, oh, will this maybe pop up at Summer Games Fest? It's been in development hell. But it's kind of cool because it's the same with like Ubisoft. I know that people like the mystery, and I'm hoping that there'll be stuff from Avatar. But I'd much rather than be like, hey guys, like here's a couple of screenshots. We're still working on it. It's not going to be one of our games shown. We're not going to tell you what is, but we'll be at the next direct, or you'll hear something from us later in the year. Because it just saves me. I get hyped, man. I'll be trying to be up at 3 a.m. I'm sitting there watching it, and then I'm like, it doesn't show me, and I'm just like disappointed. And I know it's my own fault. I have to set my own expectations, but I'm like, I don't know. I like it sometimes when companies just do that. They're like, we're still there. We're still developing. We just don't expect anything from us. There'll be other things cool going on, but we're chilling, doing our own thing. But
I feel like it's especially going into these like showcases and press release stuff. There's so many things that like they're baiting us.
Yeah, for sure.
With how they like present things or how they show things, like
because
there's a lot of games that their entire trailer is based around making you think it's something more hype to catch your attention, just to show you like not Star Wars, fucking Final Fantasy, 97 online. Card game. Like but like the trailer makes it seem like, oh shit, is this gonna be, I don't know, something real fucking hype. Like it's just or it throws you off so much that you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm watching. What is this? And then like finally they start showing you some information. Like, oh, okay, cool. But I'm very excited. I really am. There's gonna be some cool shit, I hope.
From Xbox and Ubisoft. Days. I'm so hoping. Like I said, my biggest hype was and I'm like, I cannot explain how hyped I am. Just because, and I know there's a lot of like a little bit of criticism with it, but the new Prince of Persia, like I'm like, I feel like that was the biggest. Like we haven't had a Prince of Persia in a while. I know they're doing a remaster. I know they're still working on it, but like I was talking to my brother. I still have the OG Game Boy Advance Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. That was like a platformer. Like it was a 2D platformer, side scroller. So it's cool to kind of go back. I know this is more of your Castlevania type. I think it's like its own genre. It's not just a 2D platformer. It's like I always forget like the genre that they call it.
Metroidvania.
Yeah, Metroidvania. That's it. Not Castlevania. Fuck me.
Yeah, well, that's where it's Castlevania and Metroid. Like it's that side-scrolling kind of style.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for that. I know Ubisoft don't have the biggest track record with those. The only game they've really done is like Raymond and stuff. So it'll be exciting to see what they do with this.
They've shot their load with Assassin's Creed at the Sony conference. So unless they're showing a new Division, which they could be because they've just done a Year 5 update for Division 2.
Or Avatar.
Yeah, or that, or another Ghost Recon game, or
Splinter Cell that we've been wanting for ages.
Splinter Cell, that would be sick. Like they could be doing
Beyond Good and Evil 2. That's like been in, like there's like I'm sure we'll see some stuff on the fucking Black
Crew 3.
Yeah, I know that's. What's the one that's coming out? Not Blackwater, like the their pirate one. We'll probably see something on that.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I don't remember the name. But I think they showed that at like the Sony conference as well.
Ubisoft need to. It's been one of the Ubisoft is one of the biggest companies in gaming history. Like they have been. Like they've had some bangers, like their Far Cry series, all of this stuff. Like
they've fucked some things up so tremendously that they're known as like a meme. But at the same time, they do make some really good games. And
solid games, 100%.
Like genuinely, I dunk on them all the time. But I've played every Far Cry game. I've played For Honor for like hundreds of hours.
Yeah,
I've played almost all the Assassin's Creed at this point. I've played like every Tom Clancy game.
We'll talk shit on them, but they are like they're just in they're iconic. They really are, and it's kind of sad to see they've had a really like in the last year. They haven't been really doing a lot. So I'm hoping, and that's the thing, it's between Xbox and them, I'm expecting some of the biggest news. Like I really am. I'm expecting some like this is what we're aiming for. I don't expect it to be coming out at like the end of this year and probably next year, maybe next year summer, because I know Unreal Engine 5 is really where they're just trying to put all their eggs. And that's
I'm happy if they do the Starfield thing and they're like announce a game that's going to come out in fucking 6 years. I don't care. Yeah. As long as it's something that is a good enough idea or a cool enough thing or a like massive sounding project that it's like, yeah, I'm cool with the hype, like you can do what Cyberpunk did where they announced a game years ahead of time.
Cyberpunk DLC though, brother. Cyberpunk DLC. Can we talk about the fucking hype? Always. Cyberpunk DLC.
All right.
I'm excited, man. All right, quickly before that, I'm just going to say one other thing that I enjoyed from the Summer Games Fest, because there's only 2 games. Hopefully I get this right. I've just had to pull it up on ING. It looked fucking cool. I did not expect anything from it. Banishes Ghosts of a New Eden.
Yes, that one
looks
actually
fucking really
fucking
cool.
Sick.
That looks sick. I was like, what the fuck is this? I don't know what this is, but I'm kind of down for this.
Super unexpected.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks cool. Like, I don't know anything about it. The combat looks gorgeous. I was like, what?
Yeah, man. Like it's so fucking weird, but it looks great. Like I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, and that's going to be like PlayStation 5, Xbox, PC, end of 2023. Yeah, I was just glad to. I don't know if they've revealed stuff before. People said they had, but I was glad just to see a little bit more from that. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was pretty much my two takeaways. There wasn't really a lot from it. Definitely the Prince of Persia and that was like where I was sitting. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah. So back to it. Oh, Cyberpunk. Is it tonight? Is it tonight?
Bro.
Do we think it's tonight?
Bro, look,
is it tonight?
I hope.
Is it Xbox? It surely would be Xbox.
I mean, it could be. That's the thing. Like, it could be. Because it was actually all right on Xbox. The biggest problems they had were on Sony stuff.
Yeah.
Because on, like, PS5, they had problems with it optimizing properly. And then on PS4, it just didn't run. But on Xbox, apparently, it was mostly okay.
Yeah, well, so, I got my Xbox One X that won't be able to play the DLC, so thank you very much for Xbox. I have my limited edition Cyberpunk console that the DLC will not run on because they're not going to be doing it on.
Correct.
It's only on next gen console. So thank you for my $750 limited edition console that will never be fucking played because
your paperweight.
Yep. Thank you for that, Xbox. Appreciate it. No, like I talk so much shit on this game because it deserves it, even though it's like I have 4 Cyberpunk posters here, a glass cabinet full of Cyberpunk stuff, Cyberpunk shoes, Cyberpunk console. I love the idea of it.
Cyberpunk fucking D&D dice.
Yeah. And it's like the coolest thing is I bought Cyberpunk for PlayStation. Got the free upgrade for PlayStation 5, loaded that up, been playing that in the 4K 60, not with the ray tracing. It runs really, really well. Like I was showing Kat a little bit of it, been playing that a little bit. So I'm excited to see what they're doing with this. I know one thing is there's going to be a massive melee combat rework. I know that they've teased the price. It's going to be close to like a $60 DLC.
Apparently, from what I've heard from like a few people, it's more of a entire rework to the game. But
like a full rework.
It's across the board. They are adding a lot of things that they couldn't. They are fixing a lot of things that they couldn't. They are changing huge amounts.
I hate saying this. It's been 3 years, man.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is 3 years of things that they wanted to add, but they couldn't.
And so, I think the biggest thing, I'm hoping that they just nail this. They've taken the 3 years. I know it's the only DLC they're doing. They've openly said that they're going to be doing a different, like a Cyberpunk 2 that's coming out.
They're doing
and I think they're moving that to Unreal Engine 5 with the partnership with Epic, because I know they've partnered with Epic. But I'm just really excited to see like them just kind of hopefully kind of give us a good farewell, and just like for the people that they kind of let down, just be like, here we are, this is what we should have delivered. I think that they've probably learnt from all the external pressure of like fucking, what do you call it, your backers,
backlash.
Oh no, like because they had so much external pressure from corporate.
Like from
pushing
corporate
out
stuff and from
it's kind of funny for the whole game wise, but like it wholeheartedly deserved the backlash it is. It's in a good state now. You can play the game. It's a lot of fun.
It's fantastic. They're supporting so many mods. They're supporting mod creators to help fix things.
They've done like a really good job at just keeping their reputation kind of alive, because it was like that was pretty like, and you got to remember this was the 4th game that they've ever released, like, and they were still counted as like, even though it was a AAA studio, they were still counted as like a pretty much an indie studio.
They're like, like they're able to create some insanely huge worlds with like a lot of texture and depth, but in the end, they are still a small team. In Eastern Europe that just creates games. They're known for spending a lot of time on games to try to make them as good as they can. And when you're having shareholders say to you, "No, you need to put it out. We want a return." Well, you're kind of going against their entire
thing. And they shot themselves in the foot with the marketing. Like their marketing was spot on. They had some really big names in it. They knew what they were doing.
The fuck out of that game.
And it delivered on aspects. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of issues with it. I love the game. I still stand by it. It's still a meme. You still got to give it credit where it's due. There's a lot of funny fucking shit that happens with that game. But I'm like, I hope that this is just like a good, like a hats off to the people that have stuck around. I hope that like they'll probably do, from what I've heard, they'll do like a next gen version finally, so you can buy this edition on PlayStation and Xbox, because they never did a physical version. So they'll revenue, they'll get a bit of money from it. But I just hope they do it right. I just hope that they have like kind of learnt and they're kind of sitting back in the place that they need to be. Because I don't want to get hyped, but after Edge Runners, after everything that these guys have fucking done, like I'm expecting just like I had my shitty Palmer. I'm expecting like the best dessert of my life. So, but
no, I feel that.
So tonight, 3 a.m. Hopefully, we'll see some stuff. If not, I don't think there's anything else really. I think it's just Xbox Direct and then Ubisoft. So it'll probably be Xbox we're showing. But there was 6 seconds of gameplay that got released on like a GameSpot Instagram that then was shared by like one of the CD Projekt Red's or Cyberpunk Twitter pages. So they're showing it out there. There's people that are seeing it. So yeah, I'm excited. But we'll jump into films to wrap this up, I think. Is there anything you want to talk about?
There is, but I hang on. Let me like refresh my memory. I wrote something down, just trying to find the file.
Hey, you're good. I can start talking about films a little bit while you think about that, because I have some exciting news, gang.
The fucking Air. That's one that I saw recently. I've been wanting to watch Spider-Man. I swear to God, I've been trying to watch Spider-Man, but because I keep being sick, I can't go watch it at the theaters, and I'm not going to go like pirate the shit, because like I want proper cinema experience too.
Bro, all I can say, fucking banger of a film.
Dude,
I don't know if you've heard anything about it. I don't know if you're trying to stay off the web.
I've avoided so many spoilers.
Yeah,
and
banger
I'm trying
of a film.
to.
Banger of a film. I ain't gonna spoil anything, but banger of a film. And you get where like some people were a little bit like, because there's a bit of with it, but I get why that is. Like if you watch the film, you'll understand that. But banger, like absolute fucking banger. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Dude, like, oh my God,
I went and saw it.
I'm fucking hyped.
Extreme screen the other night. Went on a cute little date night. Had a couple of wines at the cinema, you know. So
yeah, no, honestly, it looks
was good.
It looks fucking great. I'm really excited. I hope I can actually still go see it in theaters. Like as soon as I'm over this fucking thing entirely and I'm feeling all right and Nick's feeling good, we're going, which is hopefully this week.
Yeah, sick, man.
Because dude, I don't want to miss not getting to see. I watched the first one in theaters with Locke. I watched it again with my brothers and my parents. Like, that's how much I like the first one. So this one I know is going to deliver, because they killed it with the first one, and everything I've heard about the second one, it's just better. So I need to go see it. Like I need to see it. But
you'll love it.
I watched a nice chunk of movies because I was sick as fuck and I had some extra cash laying around. So I paid for a few of the like home premiere things. So I watched Pope's Exorcist. I watched Air. I watched well, I showed my parents John Wick because they keep putting off going to watch it in theaters, and I'm like, I'm not letting you guys miss this thing. You need to watch this fucking movie. But Pope's Exorcist is a surprisingly fun movie. It's really kind of campy in like a lot of ways, and like a little stupid sometimes. But like it's a horror movie that's just got. It's a B film horror movie that's got a budget behind it. Like it's shot well, it's produced well, but like and it's based on stories from who was supposed to be the actual exorcist for the Pope back in the like 90s, right?
Yeah. I've heard good things because it's got what's his name in it?
Russell Crowe.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, I find it really, really funny, right? Because at the end of the movie, it has like the little text thing being like, he went on to do whatever and then died this year. And then like a week later, we heard, oh yeah, they're making a sequel to this movie. And we're like, hang on, you've just rounded out the movie entirely. Like you put a proper cap on it and like gave the like ending story, I guess, in text right at the very end, right? Which isn't a spoiler because again, it's supposed to be based off of the books that this dude wrote.
Yeah.
So, and he died of old age and like whatever, right? So, but like who the fuck are you gonna make a sequel about? You literally just killed the character in text at the end of the movie. And you're not going to make it about some, like, other random person. It's going to keep being about the same character. But you've just said that he died.
So stupid. I'll have to watch it. I'll have to watch it.
Dumb.
Where can you watch it?
You can watch it on Amazon. You can pay for it.
Rent it. Yeah. I've been doing a couple of rentals. I'll do that.
That's what I did.
I'll do it through Apple TV.
Yeah, Apple TV has it. I think... So I did mine through Prime.
Yeah.
On Amazon.
All I was going to say, because big hype for me, man, I got the new entertainment system set up.
Yes, finally.
It's fucking incredible.
Yeah, man.
Like, actually incredible. I've always been a huge film person. We've all known that. And I kind of feel bad that I've been, like, holding myself back from this experience.
Yeah.
So for context, like, years ago, one of our TVs like kind of got a burn mark in it, and my family made me go buy them like a TV. It's like 5 years ago. They like guilted me into it. Went and like saved up for like 2 weeks. I was fucking working like cash in hand jobs to buy this like 1080p, 55-inch, 60 hertz little Senku TV. It's fucking sick. It's done like so well. I love that TV. It's getting mounted in my bedroom. We're still keeping it, but like the last 5 years, that's what I've been running on. Got the new PC set up, everything like that. But I've never updated my entertainment system, and I was like, fuck it, we're doing it. So I went and got 4K mini LED QLED with a soundbar system, 65-inch, so a bit bigger. Like, we watched Avatar last night on it, Way of Water.
Mm-hmm.
That storyline in that film, terrible. The best experience to watch it, sitting at home on that. It looks stunning. It's so nice to watch. The soundbar system was like so good with it. Another one that I kind of haven't watched the whole way through, but watched parts of just to test, Blade Runner, 2049 on 4K on Netflix. Yep. Fucking holy, man. And then we watched Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Oh, dude, it looks so good in 4K.
So good. And then the other one was Coco on Disney.
Oh,
so we've just been hitting because we've just been hitting bangers because I really want to test because it's like the mini LED. I just wanted to test like the color, how it works, certain films. Talking about John Wick, I'm going to watch the John Wicks, and then I want to watch Creed 3 on it.
Dude, Creed 3. So I found out after the fact that it was made for IMAX. Like it was filmed on IMAX. It's made for IMAX screens. So like seeing it in 4K on like a nice screen and like good sound is going to go a long way.
Yeah,
I'm like that movie so fucking good.
I'm super excited, man. And that's the thing, like the whole soundbar system, it's hard to explain until you see it. But I feel like I was like kind of justifying it at the start. I was like, oh, it was a bit of a funny purchase. Like I spent a little bit of money on it. I was like, do I need to? Like I was kind of being, but now that it's been done, my biggest thing, like I even watched Turbo on it.
Yeah.
So just like I'm just enjoying like watching old films. Like I cannot wait to just go through and like share some films that I love with Kat, and she can watch it on this because it feels like I have my own home theater. Like it literally feels like a home theater. The bass on the sound bar is incredible. The picture looks so good. Like I'm frothing it. So I've been watching a lot of films, but just a lot of like we went and saw into this like the new Spider-Man at the cinema. But I've just been going through and renting. I'm gonna watch Super Mario. I'll rent that.
Yeah.
I'll probably rent John Wick, but I'm just going to go through and watch a bunch of those films that I've just missed in cinema. It kind of feels bad because I love going to the cinema, but it feels cool to have my own cinema, but I still want to rent them. I'm going to still rent them, still feel like it's like the best way to kind of do it. But yeah, that's like all I can really say, man. I've been loving it. It's only a Hisense TV, so you guys can talk shit. I had to tell you that. It's not like I've gone and spent like $5,000 on like a Samsung system, but it is so good. I'm loving it. Like for what I spent and what I've got, it is like one of the coolest things I've done recently. So, yeah.
No, so I've done also Renfield. Watch that. Fucking great movie. Really, really good.
Go
overall,
Nicolas Cage.
Seriously, dude, Nicolas Cage, Dracula. Fantastic.
And then Nicolas Cage in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. That one is gonna be fucking weird to see, but I'm excited for it.
I completely forgot that he was there.
I saw that got announced again today, like because he actually did like on stage.
Yeah, he walked out.
Yeah, which I'm just like, God damn, son, this is gonna be hilarious.
Funny.
I might actually buy that DLC just to play it again.
Yeah,
it's just gonna be hilarious. But yeah, Renfield, fucking great movie. Air is a really weird movie because it's a movie about Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan isn't in it, and it's a movie that you don't see his face, right? They have like an actor that plays a young version of him when they're sorting out the thing. It's about Nike. It's about the dude that like sorted out the deal and like arranged everything for it and got this thing going, and it's a really, really good story, right? Just generally fantastic. I have lined up Evil Dead Rise, which I'm gonna watch soon. Weird, the Al Yankovic story. I got Guy Ritchie's Covenant, and I have Sisu all lined up.
There's a bunch of
watch in the next couple of days.
There's a bunch of good films, man.
I just want to give a shout out to something that's on Netflix. Flew under the radar for ages. I don't mind Kevin Hart. I don't really like his movies most of the time. There was a series I watched recently. It came out in 2021. It's called True Story, and it's Kevin Hart and Wesley Snipes, right? Yeah. And it's a mini series, like 6 episodes, 40-minute episodes.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. I know the one. I haven't watched the full thing. I started it. My mom said it was so good. She loved it.
Fucking incredible.
Can I just say it's the one where he's like in the hotel room at the start? Okay, yeah. I won't. Yeah.
I'll give the basis of what it is, right? So it's only the first like few minutes of the thing, right? So he's supposed to be like the most successful comedian in the world. You know, he's acting and all this shit. Basically, he's playing like a version of himself, right?
Yeah.
Because Kevin Hart really is. He's one of the highest paid comedians. He's been in so many movies. He's been in like all this stuff, right? So he's on tour. He goes to his hometown. His brother throws him an after party after some shit happens. He ends up with a girl dead in his bed, and he's like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" And then it's just like stuff that happens from there, right? It's again like 6 or 7 episodes. They're probably like half hour, 40 minutes each. But dude, I started watching it being like, I'm probably gonna like, because I turned off like 4 things before this because I was just like, that's kind of shit. Whatever. I'm just like, all right, what's this? Fuck it, I'll put it on. I'll see what it's like. I watched the first 10 minutes and I was like enthralled by this show. I'm like, holy shit, dude. And I proceeded to binge the whole thing, stay up to 3 a.m., keep watching every fucking episode, finished it, and was like, oh my god, I need to tell everyone about this. It was genuinely fucking amazing, because it's not like...
Supposedly it gets really good at the end. I've only watched the start, that's the thing, and I should watch it again. I should watch it, like sit down and watch it with Kat, but dude, my mum raved about it, and it was funny coming from my mum, because I think I only got 2 episodes in, and it was good, but like I feel like it picks. It's definitely heard it picks up like episode 3, 4. But yeah, no, like solid,
dude. Like such an unexpected thing, because like everyone in the show is really, really good. Everyone in it is fantastic. It's not played like half comedic, half serious. It's played serious the whole way through. And it's nice seeing Kevin Hart, someone who I never would have expected to be serious, because every movie role he's ever been in has been a comedic thing. It's been super over the top. It's been like, you know, whatever, to play this like fucking man on constantly on the edge of breakdown, lashing out, like unsure of what the fuck is going on, feeling like his life is falling apart. And like it's so fucking good. And it's nice to see Wesley Snipes in something as well, because like
I have to finish it.
Yeah. No, watch it, and like trust me, you'll love it, man. It is really fucking good. Again, very unexpected pick. True story on Netflix. I think the image has Wesley Snipes on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, well worth watching. But other than that, man, I pretty much haven't, like, I've been watching a lot of movies, but I haven't been watching a lot of movies, if that makes sense.
I've just been going through like my back catalog of stuff and just really like rewatching things, and like
that's the thing. Like I've been rewatching, like I rewatched like SWAT, the one with Samuel L. Jackson and Clive Owen. Is it Clive Owen? I think it's Clive Owen. I don't remember his name. I watched like Lincoln Lawyer again. I watched like A Time to Kill again. I watched like I've just been rewatching old movies. Like that's all I've been doing. Like I haven't really been watching anything new. Or I've been trying to watch series that I've kept putting off watching. Like Narcos, or you know, some anime stuff or cartoons, or so yeah. I've been trying to stay off of YouTube a bit more, and trying to like watch actual stuff, because like it's all fine and dandy to like sit there and watch YouTube, but like if you're gonna spend a half hour on something, you might as well spend it watching like a series, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like I said, movies, rewatching. Rewatching stuff like and just like I'm trying to go through and pick like films that I just love to watch on it. Like another one I want to watch recently, like would be because we were just talking about Creed, like Southpaw, because I know that's on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
I feel like that would just be great. Like just trying to, and I've just been going through like watching a bunch of different little bits and pieces. So yeah,
no, that one's actually,
I haven't like apart
next on my list.
Yeah, I haven't been watching a lot of new stuff, but just going through and just
no, especially being able to like see them in 4K, man. Some movies really.
And that's like, it. I upgraded the Netflix subscription to 4K. It's kind of nice, but yeah, I'm so surprised. And like, I'm just gonna like leave it on one thing that I was like, because I need to watch the whole film. But even watching Blade Runner, I only watched the first sequence. There was little nuances that I just never picked up in the opening sequence, like little bits that you, like, because it's in such detail and like the audio is so good. That like weren't crazy, but I'm just like, it's such a different viewing experience. I probably picked it up at the cinema, but normally watching it, because I have it on my phone, like watching it on my phone, or like watching it or just on like normal DVD. Like I think the coolest thing for me is the soundbar thing, because like at the start of the scene, there's a part where he is like fighting that guy in his little farm, throws him through the wall, and when they land, they hit and thud. And you hear the piano kind of go off because it's like in that same room. And it's like in the soundbar, you hear it a lot more prominently. And it's like the audio just sounds so good. And it was like, to me, I was like, what the fuck? Like, how have I been missing this? And there's something so small like that, just hearing them, like they land on the ground, it's this big thud. But then you hear the piano just do like a quick noise. And it came like, because it's a full 360 soundbar system, came off on like the left side. I was like, that is fucking sick. I was like, that is cool. Yeah. So
no, like it's even me having like my shitty little Logitech 5.1 surround sound thing at my computer.
So good.
Like
they're so good.
There's something about when a movie is mixed properly and it's like directional audio and it comes through clear as day, and like with my headphones, right? I have the Dolby Atmos for headphones.
Yeah.
And I will listen to a movie with rather my gaming headset or with my studio monitors, which I use for like mixing music and stuff. And with that turned on, so I have the like full directional sound, and I like doing it with my studio monitors because they're meant to be for like mixing audio, mixing like sound for, you know, videos or for music or whatever.
Yeah.
You can really hear like the depth in the sound. Like you really pick up on like as much as you can. And it's such a nice feeling when something is mixed properly, because then you're like, oh shit, there's something off to the left. Like this, you know, like it's tiny
so
things,
good.
but it's just such a nice, like when you start picking up on that shit, it's so cool. You know, it's the beauty and magic of theater, and like I fucking love it. I really
do. Well,
yeah, I think that's a pretty good spot to finish up for today. First day back.
We're back, and hopefully
Finally.
this is just well, like hopefully we've had a bit of a chat before. Hopefully we got this a bit more streamlined. I feel like this is going to be a bit easier. In person will still be great to do sometimes. That was great recording, but we're back using.
I think we'll do special episodes
in person. Yeah,
but
back using the thing we said we probably wouldn't use because we didn't want to give the money, but the convenience for it is just. It sucks that they made you have to pay for it, and I'm sure we could, but I think
at the same time, it's just something that's like, and I'm gonna be real with you, with paying for it, it's also gonna solve a lot of issues that we were having.
Yeah, for sure.
There were issues that me coming from like a sound engineering side had most problems with. I'm sure a lot of people didn't really care. Like I tried to mix things as best as I could. I tried to balance.
Gives you more flexibility.
Yeah, a lot more flexibility.
It's good. It's good. It's worth it, man.
Sound clearer. Everything's gonna sound nice and crisp. Yeah, man. Across the board, it's nice to be back. It's nice to have everyone here. Hopefully,
you gotta hype us up. Get on our socials and hype us up to be back. It's because you guys weren't hitting me up on Twitter. I didn't have any of you guys hit me up on Twitter. It just made me feel like I wasn't loved. So I just let you know that if you're not giving me the appreciation that I deserve, I can just dip on you all. I can go if you need, you know?
Yeah.
That's the most toxic thing I've ever said.
Really is, bro.
Holy fuck. I'm so tired. Holy.
Well, give them your Twitter and your fucking socials to like
just the Twitter, just at xartemis. At xartemis.
Artemis. Artemis. Artemis.
You'll just see me tweeting about the best of the best.
Yeah.
Twitter is...
I am Titan Z on everything. You can check out. I have some music available under Neo Ursa on every service. I have some new stuff that I'm working on at the moment. I will be releasing it hopefully soon. I just got to finish a few little things. If you ever want some instrumentals for streaming, for podcasts, for anything, feel free to hit me up. All of those songs are, guess what? Royalty free. That's right.
Fuck yeah.
So fucking throw it in the background of your streams if you want some background noise, please. If you like my music, if you like what I do, please support me. It does actually go a long way. It also helps pay for some of this shit too. So,
fuck yeah.
But yeah, check us out. Check out the socials. We will hopefully return to weekly again.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for.
That's the aim. We're gonna try to do a lot more consistency. You're going on a trip soon, so we're gonna bank a few episodes.
Yeah,
unless you feel like podcasting on the road, like that's up to you.
I didn't talk about that. That's in October, but we can talk about that on the next podcast. We can't just drop that now. Like that's some. No, but I will be going on a trip. Yeah. So that'll be very cool. Very cool.
But in general, this will also give us the flexibility of being able to podcast from the road.
Yeah, exactly.
All we need is a browser and a microphone. You know?
I love it.
So take care of yourselves, guys. Go play some fucking video games. Go watch some goddamn movies. Hit us up on the socials if there's anything you want us to cover. Otherwise,
peace.
Get the fuck out of here. Peace.
Go enjoy the movies and the video games, and maybe, like I said, it's a nice Sunday. I mean, I'm actually off to the market, so go and enjoy that.
I'm going to do something. I don't know what. Probably.
Peace.
Catch you guys.